During the Donald Trump interview with Tucker Carlson that was served as counter programming to the Republican presidential debate, there was gross speculation, almost as though Trump had some inside information about whether Biden would make it to the general election. And then they started speculating on who might replace him. We'll talk about the people that might replace him and how they feel about him. There's some unexpected stuff in there, but first, here is them speculating on whether Biden will make it to the end.
But Joe is really.
But you don't think he's going to make it to November of 2024?
Well, I think he's worse mentally than he is physically, and physically he's not exactly a triathlete or any kind of an athlete. You look at him; he can't walk to the helicopter. He walks. He can't lift his feet out of the grass. You know, it's only 2 inches at the White House, right? That's not a lot. They love pictures of him on the beach. I think he looks terrible on the beach. He looks terrible on the beach.
Skinny legs.
Well, he can't walk through the sand. You know, sand is not that easy to walk through, but when he walks through it, he can't walk through the sand. And there's somebody in there that thinks he looks fabulous at the beach. I think he looks horrible at the beach. Plus, the beach doesn't represent what a president's supposed to be doing. He's supposed to be working.
On his short game on the golf course, that's where he's supposed to be working. It's like that was the whole vibe of this interview.
Top insult comic in the country.
Oh my God.
He is, but I mean, Republicans, God, that's how you're not embarrassed.
But how does Biden look at the beach?
Okay.
I mean, have we discussed that?
That's
have
very
we
important.
really weighed in on that incredibly important issue?
saying he's a little slow in the sand. I'm great in the sand traps.
It's hard to walk in the sand.
Yeah,
you need a president who can walk in the sand.
That was half of it. I had white flashes in there because he kept talking about it.
Yeah, no, look, the guy is hilariously vain, right? He's so obsessed with how people look. So he's like, oh, Biden doesn't look good at the beach. But to be fair, I see it's hard to look good at the beach, right? And he's like,
agree to disagree.
And none of them are you. But Trump, if you notice, he's never at the beach. And that's because he's not gonna get caught dead without his shirt on. There's no way that's ever going to happen, right? Because he knows that he doesn't look good there. And I don't blame him, I get it, right? But that's all he cares about. But the funniest line was the one Anna just said. Well, I mean, it's hard to walk through the sand. Is it?
It is.
Is it hard to walk through the sand?
No, it is. I mean, if you want to get a good workout, go for a jog on the beach.
Yeah, but that's jogging. This is walking.
Yeah, they're just
So
walking.
bad.
I know, they're 1,000 years old.
But that's
so
my
bad.
point, Anna.
Yeah, no,
That's exactly my point. So he's trying to diss Joe Biden, like, yeah, look at how old he is, but then he accidentally admits, I mean, for guys our age, it is a little hard to walk through sand or to walk at all. You gotta be careful. Now, the grass on the White House lawn is only 2 inches. I had it measured, okay? Otherwise, I was gonna struggle walking through that too.
That's the golf course owner in Trump right there.
Like it's 2 inches, it's rough, it's Bermuda grass, and then it's bent, and then it's Bermuda again, and then it's Sensimilla.
Look, the reason why I think Trump is able to get away with making comments like that, even though he's old himself, is that we got to be honest. There is a notable difference in the energy levels of Trump versus Biden.
Oh, for sure.
You know,
the sentence creation levels as well.
Yes,
just
totally
painful to watch Biden. The question is then, if Kamala doesn't have it and Biden doesn't have it, you need a charismatic candidate. So Tucker and Trump might be thinking the same person, and you'd be shocked how Trump feels about him. Take a look.
I think they probably have some kind of a primary, and other people will get involved.
Newsom, right? I mean,
Could be. I mean, you know, I always got along well with him, believe it or not. But could be him, could be somebody else. He's got a big load on his shoulders because you look at California, what's happened. But I don't know if the American people really, the people that vote for him, I don't even know if they care. You know, you look at so many of the things that are going on, and people don't seem to be. In the old days, if you had a bad record, it meant a lot. Today, if you have a bad record, it doesn't really mean anything. You know, he looks good, he's a nice looking guy, speaks well. But Biden, every time you watch him talking, it's like he's walking on eggs. You're waiting for him to collapse.
It's crazy that so many people don't know the lesson that folks learned when they watched the debate between Nixon and Kennedy, and one dude was sweating like crazy, the other one just gorgeous. And guess what? When President Newsom comes around and folks don't pay any attention to anyone's record, they're gonna hear things like, my guy made some insulin, I don't know, he's pretty, he used to bang Trump Jr.'s wife, like, that's it. Bye.
No.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
You guys, please, I'm already so jaded. Please don't make my life more miserable by bringing up the possibility that Gavin Newsom could be up against Donald Trump in the general election.
I don't know.
I cannot vote for Gavin Newsom. He destroyed this state. Okay, he is not a good governor. He is.
Listen, that's what Trump said.
Nothing triggers me more than Gavin Newsom and Eric Garcetti, who luckily is no longer mayor, and luckily Karen Bass is, and she's doing a bang-up job.
Donald Trump likes Newsom more than you do.
No, I despise Newsom.
No, here's the difference.
Despise him.
You got very similar operations from the Garcettis and the Newsoms of the world with one huge difference. Talent. Gavin Newsom is Bernie Sanders is a talented politician. AOC is a talented, or personable person, magnetic personality. Bernie Sanders, AOC, Katie Porter, and at times Kamala Harris when she's in that mode you were talking about, but usually not. Gavin Newsom puts them all miles behind. And you know how I know it? Because my guy sits there and flops it out in front of frickin' Sean Hannity and says, give me all you got. And that is really the only language that most American media consumers speak. And they will take it from Gavin Newsom. And what's so sad is how starved the Democratic and Republican voting populace is. The voting Americans are for somebody with a drop of television charisma.
Yeah, so I think that I'm between you guys. I think Gavin Newsom is too slick, but I think he's infinitely better than Biden at this point, because Biden, Trump's not entirely wrong. He looks like he's gonna collapse any minute now, right? And so, Anna, I'm not talking about his policies, I'm talking about optics and politics and who's more likely to win. So, and if you're wondering why in the world is Donald Trump talking positively about one of the few Democrats who would be in a good position to beat him, it's because Gavin Newsom talks relatively positively about Trump, which is, in my opinion, very strange.
Democrat, wow.
No, I know that's one of the, to me, that's one of the marks against Gavin Newsom. But Trump is such a funny guy because he thinks, if he's saying nice things about me, I'm gonna say nice things about him.
He thinks Newsom's hot. He literally, he didn't say it in those words,
so
but he thinks he's hot. And you're right, it's the vanity. He likes people who look good, even if they're his political opponents. It is incredible.
All the people that are sitting, all the ladies in suburban America who are sitting there and going, Trump's too much, are gonna be like,
have better standards. Better standards, ladies. Come on, Gavin Newsom, come on. How the hell does anyone look at the state of California right now under the leadership of Gavin freaking Newsom, who almost got recalled, and think, maybe. I mean, the attack ads write themselves, Cenk.
The recall wasn't that close. I hear you. They're gonna do the French laundry attacks and it's gonna be devastating.
The French laundry attacks, are you kidding me right now?
Yeah.
People literally dying on the streets every single day.
Yeah.
Every single day in California.
Yes.
Come on, get out of here.
Okay.
State's falling apart.
I think it's more, I think there's probably some horrifying
I can't
skeletons in his closet. There's also that photo of them at the Getty Mansion, splayed out with him and Guilfoyle,
despise
spooning
him. I can't. We gotta get off this topic. It's really triggering me right now.
Sorry.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.